It was a weird one, but at the end of the day, it was a win for the Cardinals. The Redbirds were able to capitalize on the Pirates' mistakes tonight. Adam Wainwright on the mound for the Redbirds, tied at 1 in the 5th. Bases loaded for Starling Marte. He stings one, but Paul DeYoung snags it. Watch this replay. He reaches and snags a 100-mile-per-hour line drive. Waino's reaction right there says it all. Next batter, Waino faces slugger Josh Bell, and he strikes him out looking. The escape from the jam was a huge key to the game. Here's where it gets weird. Still tied at 1 in the 6th. Tommy Edman line ones to center, hits the wall. Easy double for Edman, but Pirates' Kevin Newman throws to third for no reason. The ball gets away and rolls into the Pirates' dugout. Edman advances to third and then home, a Little League homer. Obviously, you don't see that one often. It's 2-1 Cardinals. DeYoung adds to it later in the inning. Grounds to short, but Newman can't find the handle. Goldschmidt scores. Redbirds win this one 3-1 over the Pirates. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow at 1:15. Here's what manager Mike Schilt had to say after their series win.
It was a big play by Paul, and it was a big at bat and big pitches he made to Bell, and did a really nice job. You know, his velocity being up a little bit, it's a sign he's feeling good, obviously.
You know, it's all about getting your body in the correct positions to throw the ball, and when I'm lined up and timed up well, I can still get a couple miles an hour on the fastball. And when I'm not, I don't. I just try to make pitches. But tonight I was timed up well, and Wieters and I did a good job. We worked on the corners pretty well, worked up and down well. So it's a tough lineup over there. There's some really good young players.
At practice today, 8-year-old Tommy Morrissey got his big call to the big leagues. Morrissey was a special guest of the Redbirds this weekend, seen here helping them in the outfield at practice today. The boy, who's also known on social media as the one-armed golfer, met the Cardinals and manager Mike Schilt at spring training. Today, Schilt talked about how gifted Tommy is as an athlete.
First of all, I appreciate he just loves it. He just has a passion for athletics. And he doesn't view himself as being challenged or underdeveloped at all. You know, and he's really best known for his golfing. You know, he can hit a golf ball 200 yards straight as a string, and then he'll tell me that, you know, his best part of his game is putting.
College football is almost here, just a few weeks away, and today Mizzou held their first scrimmage of the fall camp, and they kept things very vanilla. Not the most exciting description, I know, but that's how head coach Barry Odom described their offensive game plan today. Media was allowed to shoot just the warm-ups, but they weren't allowed to shoot the actual scrimmage, but they could observe, and what they noticed is that quarterback Kelly Bryant was without 2 of his top targets, receiver Jonathan Johnson and tight end Albert O, who were both sidelined due to minor injuries. While they played vanilla offense, Bryant was still pleased with how things went.
Just getting a few things. We don't want to show too much. So, you know, like I said, you know, still early on in the camp, and we got a scrimmage next week. So just like I said, go and correct the things and just move forward. You know, typical first scrimmage, you know, just getting a good feel for it. Defense did a really good job. You know, it was challenging. Those guys played their butts off, you know, so it was a little bit up and down. But, you know, that's just part of it, just getting a starting point, you know, from that standpoint.
Well, you watched it right here on News 4 NFL preseason football, aka the time you scout for your fantasy football team. The Bengals in Kansas City, nothing too flashy right there. Patrick Mahomes scrambles for 10 yards and ends up just 1 yard out, but they finish it off on the next play, and it is a touchdown for the Chiefs. Final score in this one, the Kansas City Chiefs hold on and win 38-17.
And Thomas hits a drive into deep left at the wall. Yes! Grand slammer!
Lane Thomas finally getting his first start since April 24th today, and boy, did he make the most of it, propelling the Cardinals to a dramatic comeback win to sweep the Pirates. Top of the first, Miles Michaelis on the bump, 2-on for Starling Marte, pops one to center, and Thomas right here with the catch. Throws to home, and Kisner snags it, and Frazier's out. Great defensive play by Lane Thomas there. Bottom of the frame, Paul Goldschmidt continues his dominance over the Pirates, sends this one way out to the stands, and it is a 2-run bomb, ties the game at 2. Bottom of the fourth now, 4-3 Pirates. Thomas at the plate, deep to right field. Reynolds tries to get it, but it bounces high, turns into an RBI triple for Thomas, ties the game at 4. The big moment in the 7th, 8-5 Pirates, bases loaded after Kyle Crick hit Munoz and Kisner. Can Thomas turn this game around? And the answer is yes. Deep to left, and it is gone. Grand slam, or as Danny Mack said, grand slamma, gives the Cards their first lead of the game, his 3rd homer of the season, and his 2nd curtain call. Dexter Fowler adds a 2-run homer in the 8th right here, and Andrew Miller closes the door in the 9th. The Cardinals sweep the Pirates, winning 11-9. They move up in the NL Central to 2nd, 2 behind the Cubs after a Brewers loss today. Thomas talked after the win about preparing himself for big moments like this today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been tough in the aspect of just getting your body like that, because then it's like you start a game and it's like you haven't played that many innings in a row a lot. So I think that's been my main focus, is just making sure my body feels good. And I think it just gives you a little confidence knowing that you can kind of handle whatever's thrown at you.
Speaks to the kind of player that right now he needs to be, in the sense of where we are. He's clearly going to create more opportunities for himself.
Jose Martinez exited the game early today due to shoulder discomfort after colliding with the wall to make a catch. He was replaced by Dexter Fowler for the rest of the game. Depending on how he feels tomorrow, he could have imaging done. He told reporters after the game that he hopes to avoid the injured list. Reds trying to sweep the division-leading Cubs today. Bottom the 5th, 2-0 Reds. Suarez goes yard. Cincy's lead grows to 3-0. In the top of the 7th, 3-2 Reds. Cubbies making a comeback. Chris Bryant sends it deep to left, and it's gone. 3-run bomb, and Cubs take their first lead. Ian Happ adds another solo shot in the 8th. 6-3 Cubs the final, and they hold on to the top of the standings.